David was completely defeated. He'd searched everywhere, solved every puzzle, opened every box. Nothing. He whispered, "What do you want from me? I've given everything. I've done everything right. What am I missing?" And then, he stopped. For the first time in 4 days, he just stopped. Stopped moving. Stopped searching. Just sat there. Defeated. Hand brushing against jacket. Accidentally, his hand fell to his side. Brushed against his jacket. And he felt something. Hard. Flat. In the lining. His breath caught. Key being pulled from jacket. He tore at the seam. And there it was. A small metallic key. Engraved with his symbol. Sewn into the jacket he'd been wearing the entire time. He stared at it. And whispered, "It was with me. The whole time." That's the moment, you see. That's the moment everything changes. When you realize the answer wasn't out there. It was in here. He walked to his door. The key glowed. The door opened. Blinding light. He stepped through. And David? David was never the same. Over the next 3 days, the same thing happened to the others. Elena, sitting defeated in the gallery, felt something in her jacket pocket. Her key. Hidden where her hands had been all along. Maya, kneeling in the sanctuary, felt something near her heart in her collar. The cross-shaped key. Right where faith had always been. Sarah, surrounded by her failed analysis, felt a lump in her jacket cuff. The book-shaped key. Knowledge was never external. James, bitter and ready to quit, caught his jacket on a workbench. The scale-shaped key fell into his hand. Justice was always his to carry. Marcus, obsessively reviewing footage, reached for a battery and found the microphone-shaped key in his jacket lining. The truth he'd been searching for was in his voice all along. Rachel, lying exhausted in the garden, felt something in her jacket seam. The tree-shaped key. Family legacy was in her, not around her. And then there was Cato, day 6. While others had panicked, torn apart zones, lost sleep, lost themselves. Cato sat peacefully in the service center. He wasn't frantically searching. He was reflecting. He adjusted his jacket, the first nice clothes he'd worn in years, and felt something near his heart. He smiled. Like he'd known it would be there all along. He pulled it out calmly. The helping hands key. The service key. And he whispered, "Thank you for seeing me." Cato walked to his door with quiet dignity. Not triumph. Not pride. Just gratitude. He'd entered first without hesitation. And now he was ascending, still humble. The homeless man the world ignored? He understood the game before the successful people did. On day 7, the final 5 players were still searching. Desperate. Exhausted. They never found their keys. We returned them gently. They left restored physically, healed, fed, rested. But they hadn't discovered the secret. Some left transformed anyway. They deleted their social media. Started noticing what they'd taken for granted. The experience changed them even without completion. But others left bitter. I knew it was a scam. Unchanged. Unwilling to see. The invitation is for everyone. But not everyone accepts it. Beyond their doors, the 8 found themselves in a place of light. A creation studio. And for the first time since entering, they stood together. Transformed. Holding their keys. I stepped forward then. No longer just a voice. I wanted them to see me. To know this was personal. I told them, you found your keys. Not by searching harder, but by stopping. Now begins the second phase. You will create according to your gift. 8 unique workstations, each designed for their mountain. I gave them the principles: authenticity, consistency, discipline, clarity. And I told them what to avoid. Many struggle in the beginning: sloppy work, laziness affecting their consistency, shortcuts. I said, take your time. You perfect your work by staying on the game. So, focus. Only when you are done may you come forward. This is about you. Whatever you create is you. Reflects you. Then I told them something that shifted everything. This is no longer a competition. Or if it is a healthy one. You create according to your talent, your gift. And you will realize, your creations together will form something beautiful. You are shaping nations. I also promised them, when your creation is complete, you will be rewarded. Money, platforms, resources, connections. Everything you need to continue creating and sharing your gift with the world. And then, they created. All 8 creating with purpose. David designed a financial literacy program. Not about getting rich. About understanding wealth. For communities like the one that failed him. Elena composed a symphony called The Invisible, for everyone who's ever felt unseen. Her music would reach millions. Maya wrote prayers for the spiritually wounded. For people who thought God had abandoned them. Her book would become a bestseller. James drafted policy frameworks for restorative justice. Real reform. The kind that sees people, not just crimes. Sarah created a curriculum for the students everyone gave up on. The unteachable ones. Because she knew they weren't unteachable. They were just unseen. Marcus produced a documentary series. Truth with Mercy. Facts with Humanity. Journalism that changes minds without destroying people. Rachel built a program for single mothers. To break generational cycles. So their children wouldn't have to steal to survive. And Cato? Cato designed community service programs. Food banks, shelter systems, street outreach. He knew exactly what homeless people needed. Because he'd lived it. The others would come to him for advice. How do we serve with dignity, not pity, they'd ask. And Cato would teach them. The homeless man became the teacher. Days passed. They worked with discipline. They erased and rewrote. They refined. They honored the process. And slowly, their creations took shape. Each person presenting their work, one by one. They were given the platform to present their creations, not to impress, but to share, to offer their gift. David. This program will teach people what no one taught me. That wealth isn't about money, it's about wisdom. Elena. This music is for the invisible. So they know. Your voice matters. Maya. These prayers are for the wounded. To remind them, God never left. James. This framework will give people the justice I couldn't give my client. Sarah. This curriculum will see the students everyone else gave up on. Marcus. This documentary will tell truth with mercy. Because the world needs both. Rachel. This program will help mothers break cycles. So their children won't become who they never wanted to be. And Cato stood humbly and said, I know what they need. Because I was them. Homeless people don't need pity. They need dignity. Real bathrooms, not judgment. Jobs, not handouts. The others cried. Because Cato's lived experience gave him authority none of them had. The last had become first. I accepted every creation, and I gave them what I promised. Platforms, funding, connections, everything they needed to share their gifts with the world. But I also told them, the reward is not the end. It is the beginning. You must continue creating. Consistently. Authentically. The world needs what you carry. 1 year later, I tracked them, not to intrude, just to see. And what I witnessed, it confirmed everything. David runs a thriving financial education nonprofit, teaching at community centers. Hundreds of lives change. His ex-wife reached out. I saw your interview. I'm proud of you. He'd found his purpose. Wealth was no longer his god. Service was. Alina's symphony is performed in major concert halls. But here's what moved me. She still plays in that subway station sometimes. Now people stop. They listen. They cry. Her tip jar overflows. And she gives it all away. Because now she knows. The gift was never for her to keep. Maya's book became a bestseller. But the sales don't matter to her. It's the letters. Letters from people who say, your words saved my life. I thought God had abandoned me. But you reminded me, he never left. Maya weeps reading those letters. Grateful tears. James is advising legislators on criminal justice reform. His frameworks are being adopted. And last month? His former innocent client was released after a new trial. They embraced on the courthouse steps, both crying. Justice served. Finally. Sarah's curriculum is changing school districts. Dropout rates are plummeting. The unteachable students? They're graduating. Sending her photos in caps and gowns. You saw me when no one else did. That's all it took. Someone seeing them. Marcus's documentary series won awards. But more importantly, it changed the laws. Shifted public opinion. His old editor called. I should have let you publish it. Marcus responded, it wasn't time yet. I wasn't ready yet. Forgiveness. That's maturity. Rachel's program empowers hundreds of single mothers. They're learning. Growing. Breaking cycles. One told me, I don't have to steal anymore. Rachel showed me I was never the problem. The system was. Rachel has enough now. Enough time. Enough resources. Enough peace. And Cato? Cato runs a community service center. Homeless people receive dignified care. He greets each person by name. Treats them like royalty. Because he knows what it feels like to be ignored. Last month, an old street friend walked in. Cato recognized him immediately. Served him with tears. I was you, he said. Now let me help. Both men cried. Redemption helping redemption. Cato lives modestly. Simple apartment. Simple life. But he has a photo of the 8 of them together. And he still wears his service wristband. His reminder. I was seen. Now I see others. I invited them all back. 1 year later. To the facility. This time the entrance was fully lit. Beautiful. Welcoming. They came. All 8. Standing together in what was once an industrial arena. Now an elegant hall. They looked at each other. Friends. Family. Transformed. I asked them, do you understand now what this was about? David spoke first. It was never about the key. The key was just to help us remember. Beat, Elena. We were already carrying what we needed. Beat, Maya. We just had to stop searching and start creating. I smiled. They got it. So I told them the final truth. The secret passage was never hidden. It was never external. The passage to your purpose, your platform, your impact, it was always within you. You just had to pause long enough to find it. They stood in silence, understanding settling deep. Then they embraced 8 souls who'd been broken. Now whole. Now creating. Now shaping nations. Blank, underscore, blank, closing runtime. 3-4 minutes visual. The 8 walking away together narrator. They left together. Friends now. Collaborators. Their work continues. Their impact grows. David teaching. Elena composing. Maya writing. James reforming. Sarah educating. Marcus truth telling. Rachel empowering. Cato serving. Beat, 8 mountains, 8 gifts. Together, shaping civilization. Blank, underscore, blank, visual. New people approaching the door narrator, and the door. It's still there. Still waiting. New people approach it every day. Some walk past. Some stop. Some hesitate. Some enter. Visual. Young woman at the door. Beat, last week, a young woman stood there. Exhausted. Broken. She read the sign. If you want to start afresh, enter. She looked down at herself. At her jacket. At her hands. And something in her eyes changed. Hope appeared. She pushed the door open. Beat, the game continues. The invitation remains. Because the world still needs people who remember what they're carrying. Blank, underscore, blank, the final message visual. Beautiful montage keys, doors, light, the 8 creating narrator. So let me tell you what I've learned from watching thousands of people enter that door. Beat, we spend our lives looking for permission. For validation. For someone to tell us we're enough. Beat, but the truth is this, beat. We find answers when we pause. When we least expect it. In places we undermine. Like the jacket we've been wearing all along. Beat, self-determination is the key to achieving what we wish to achieve. We must fight a good fight, with clarity about what we want out of life. Beat. Being frozen in place, not knowing where to start, not asking, not being curious enough to discover our purpose. That's what drags us down. Beat. But when we stop searching externally and start creating from within. Beat. When we honor authenticity, consistency, discipline, and clarity. Beat. When we realize we were created to create, not to suffer. Longer beat. Everything changes. Blank, underscore, blank. The door now has a new sign. It says, the secret passage was never hidden. You were just looking in the wrong direction. And that's the truth, isn't it? The answer isn't out there. It's in you. It always has been. You just have to stop searching and start building. So here's my question for you. What are you carrying that the world needs? It's closer than you think. It's in the jacket you're wearing right now. You were created to create. Your move. You were created to create real diverse creators working. This isn't just a story. It's happening right now. In the real world. Platforms like YouTube exist. Resources exist. Opportunities exist. The only question is, will you pause long enough to find your key? Will you create your move?